Alright everyone, welcome back again to more Tsukihime. Let's continue. Alright, well, it looks like I have a choice, and I mean, I did make a promise to Arcwade, but I feel like since this is CL's story, I might as well say, make myself useful.
ありえません。人手は足りています。馬鹿げた発言は控えるように、代行者ノエル。
I guess it doesn't matter anyway. Her face. I didn't even get a chance to reply. CL sounded dead serious. After coolly reprimanding Miss Noel, she walks over to the door.
私はここで失礼します。ノエル先生は自分の職務に専念してください。遠野くんは二度と吸血鬼に関わらない。これは警告です。破った者には私から相応の処置があると覚悟するように。
怒られちゃった。やっぱり本音出すと怖いわね、あの子。ま、そうでなくちゃ私もやってらんないんだけど。
CL has left the nurse's office, but Miss Noel remains seated in her chair. Yes, I can feel my hands and legs again. I take a deep breath and sit up. It's just before 11. I should be able to make it to 4th period.
あら、四季くんもう授業に戻るの？放課後まで休んでいくと思ったのに。
そうしたいところですけど、体が動くなら授業に出ますよ。いつ倒れるかわからないんだし、あんまり休めません。
可愛い顔なのに真面目なんだ。ますますキュンときちゃうかも。先生ね、無理してるくせに平気そうにしている人って昔からタイプなんだ。もちろん男の人限定で。女の場合はまた別の話だから。
Miss Noel lowers herself onto an empty bed as she speaks. Is she messing with me or... Nope, she's seriously about to take a nap.
じゃあ、善良な学生生活、しっかりね。先生はもうちょっと休んでいくから、ちょっと風邪気味みたいなのよね。食欲もないし、やる気も出ないし、夏バテみたいなものかしら。
She closes the curtains around the bed, whistling cheerfully as she lies down.
俺が言えることじゃないけど、教師がそんな簡単に休んでいいんですか？
ほんと、君が言えることじゃないわね。大人だってサボりたい時があるのよ。いいじゃない。自習の一つや二つ。私サンタクロースみたいなもんだし。ちょっと早いけど、子供たちにプレゼントをあげましょう。
Miss Noel gives me a truly bizarre answer and promptly falls asleep. I'd feel awkward waking her up. I need to hurry if I'm going to make it to 4th period on time. Just in case, I take some cold medication out of the medicine cabinet and set it on the table before leaving the nurse's office. Fourth period just ended. Should I go find CL in the tea ceremony room or eat lunch by myself? Either way, I'll have to drop by the school store to buy some food first.
What? Senpai?
While on my way to the school store, I spot CL cutting across the courtyard. She casually exchanges greetings with some other students as she heads for the school gates. Why is she leaving at lunchtime? Strange. I can't think of a reason why CL, who loves the school store, or at least a certain type of bread they stock, would go out for lunch. Could she be going off to investigate the vampire lair she mentioned in the nurse's office? If that's the case, I can't just ignore this. There's some things I want to confirm with her anyway.
それにアルクエイドとの約束もあるし、吸血鬼のねぐらを事前に見つけられるならあいつだって喜ぶだろう。
Even if Arkway looks fine on the outside, she's still recovering from her injuries. It'd be embarrassing if I didn't pull my own weight here. Alright, I'm going after CL. If I properly plead my case, I don't think she'll just ignore me. You wanna bet? I hurry and exit the school gates. Even though CL is just walking, I have to run as fast as I can to catch up to her. She's there, on the path leading to the station. I'd recognize her anywhere.
いや、間違いはないんだけど。
How does she walk so damn fast? She turns down an inconspicuous side alley. Damn, I'll lose her if I don't hurry. She probably knows she's being followed by you, dude. But after running non-stop, my lungs are on fire, and I have to stop to catch my breath. Though I managed to chase after her, I lost sight of her the moment I arrived at the area outside the station's south exit. It's just before 1 p.m. This side of the station is mostly office buildings, so it isn't as busy as the north exit. I only see some office workers on the way back to work after lunch.
結局駅まで来たけど。
I clutch my chest to calm my pounding heart and take another look around. The station's south side is quite the lovely sight compared to the noise and traffic around the north exit. But I still lost sight of CL. I underestimated her, thinking it'd be fine since there was only a little distance between us. She didn't notice me. Or rather, I didn't get close enough to call out to her. I don't think she purposely had to throw me off her trail, so that means...
急ぎすぎて途中で追い越しちゃったかな。
No, you had it right the first time. She's probably throwing you off her trail.
いえ、こういう場合は追い越しちゃったではなく、待ち伏せされちゃったと言うんですよ、遠野くん。
God, that freaked me to... Oh man, that scared me.
先輩いつの間にこんな近くに。さっきまであんなに離れてましたよね。
あんなにとは大げさかつ曖昧ですね。距離にして19メートル弱、ベースボールでいうところのピッチャーからキャッチャーまで離れていたと正しく言ってほしいところです。
I'm in trouble. Her words are lighthearted, but her eyes are not smiling. That's to be expected. After this morning and what happened in the nurse's office, she's got every right to be annoyed with me tailing her. But I didn't chase her all the way out here just for shits and giggles. It's time for me to plead my case.
こんにちは先輩。こんな時間に外で会うなんて奇遇だね。
ええ、奇遇ですね。私はこれから電車に乗って隣町まで行くんですが、遠野くんは早退して帰宅ですか？
いえ、帰るのは後です。俺も先輩と同じ電車に乗りますから。
ほうほう、5次元目はボイコットですか？
I bite back on the urge to point out that she's also skipping class. I can't afford to open myself up to some snappy comeback.
サボります。今は授業より先輩がどこに行こうとしているのかが知りたいです。
そうですか。保健室で私が言ったことを覚えていますか？
The sound of my own gulping fills my ears. If I give the wrong reply here, she'll officially label me a nuisance. Worst case, she'll send me straight back to the nurse's office.
これが最後です。私の行き先はあなたの想像通り吸血鬼の調査です。危険ばかりで楽しいことなんてありません。おとなしく学校に戻って。
嫌です、そんなの。俺吸血鬼に関わるなとは言われたけど、 先輩に関わるなとは言われてませんから。
My back goes ramrod straight as I look her in the eye. Although I said it without thinking, now that it's out there, I refuse to take it back. I care more about Ciel than I do about this vampire situation. There's something about the thought of her doing this all alone that I just can't stand.
私に関わるということは吸血鬼に関わるということです。今のは詭弁に過ぎません。
それはずるい。学校の先輩であるシエル先輩と教会のシエル先輩は別枠でしょ。そうじゃなかったら先輩は俺の教室に来てないでしょ。だって教室に吸血鬼はいないんだし。
それはそうですが、
俺は学校の先輩の手伝いがしたいだけです。下心で動いているんです。なのにそれが吸血鬼退治なんて話になってるんで、ほんと迷惑してるだけです。先輩がもっと普通の悩みとか持っていてくれたらこんな苦労はしていません。
High time I just lay it out of the cards. I know how desperate I must sound, but if I don't try every move I've got now, Ciel will definitely go alone. Like I let myself get sent back to the nurse's office. I've come this far. Come hell or high water, I'm following Ciel.
確かに学校の私と代行者の私は違う立場と考えるべきでしたね。一緒にしてしまったら明日から学校には行けなくなります。まったく、これだから遠野くんは怖いです。窮地になると急所をついてくるんですから。
Somewhat exasperated, Ciel sighs helplessly. In other words, this means...
一緒に行っていいってことですか、先輩。
はい、遠野くんに見つかってしまった私の落ち度ということで、今日だけは特別です。ついてくるだけなら多めに見ます。無鉄砲な後輩に吸血鬼のねぐらがどんなものか知ってもらうのもマイナスではありませんし。
先輩。
I must have gotten through to her, because her usual smile has returned. All is right in the world.
ただし、その前に反省してもらわなければいけません。あなたがどれほど度しがたい失敗をしたのか分かっていますか？
失敗ですか？
Could you be talking about last night when I was with Arkwade? If she brings that up, I'd have no way to explain myself, but...
先ほどの尾行、あれはひどいです。足音も気配もダダ漏れで見つけてくださいと言っているようなものでした。私だったから良かったものの、ノエル先生や死者相手にあんなことをしたら翌朝には路地裏で目を覚ますことになりますから、今後は注意するように。
I knew it. She's angry at me over my lack of stalking skills. It seems she's more upset about my clumsy attempt at tailing her than anything. I get the idea she intended to shake me, but got so frustrated with my lack of subtlety that she had to stop and say something. It's a little too late to claim I wasn't actually trying to tail her, in secret or anything.
でもそうですね。次からは善処します。
I answer her with a strained laugh. She can be harsh at times, but deep down, Ciel is a very caring person. We ride the train for 2 stops to Kushizuka Station. From the station, we catch a bus and ride it for about 20 minutes. When we get off the nearest bus stop, it's another 20 minutes on foot to our destination. Well, I've been here before, but nothing happened in the previous route when I went here. It was a bit of a walk from the residential area to the center of the industrial district, but we finally arrived at a building cloaked in the lingering presence of death.
先輩、ここは？
使徒のねぐらですよ。いえ、でしたと言うべきですね。以前に処理した使徒から手に入れた情報でしたが、 完全に放棄されているようです。
An abandoned nest. In the end, the lead led us nowhere. This place has seen better days. It's an utter ruin, unfit for strays, let alone dead apostles. Though not far from town, it lingers here neglected and forgotten. It must have been quite a large hospital before it got closed down. I can see how spacious it is even from outside the gates. Weeds have taken root in the cracks of the asphalt. One of the wards is so damaged that it's falling apart. Maybe there was a fire. If there was, the difference between the damaged and the undamaged areas is a little too extreme.
念のため、中に入って汚染状況を確認します。
Jill doesn't bother asking if I'm coming along. Perhaps this is her way of telling me that this is my own choice and that she's not forcing me to do this. I simply nod and follow after her. We can trample the weeds as we make our way into the abandoned hospital grounds. Now that you're finally going inside, I was curious too. The sky is so high here. There are no tall buildings on the horizon, allowing the blue expanse to stretch into infinity. It's so bright and vivid, it makes my eyes hurt.
吸血鬼の汚れは微弱に残っていますが、今は何の害もありませんね。この規模の病院ですから、廃墟になる前は大きな拠点だったとは思いますが。
あの地下墓地みたいなですか？
ええ、病院は使徒にとって利用しやすく、また価値のある施設です。個人資産によるものならなおさらですね。
We enter the ruins of the hospital building. Zale goes through and meticulously examines each room one by one. I think she already knows that there's nothing here. Even so, she painstakingly checks if there's anything out of the ordinary. It's the exact opposite of Arkoid's careless methods.
先輩、ちょっと話をしていいですか？
もう、いいですよ。それぐらいは覚悟していましたから。邪魔をしない程度なら、どうぞ。
じゃあ遠慮なく。吸血鬼は2種類いて、先輩たちがやっつけてるのは使徒の方ですよね。先輩たちが追っていた使徒、この町に居ついた使徒はどんなやつだったんですか？
詳しくは話せませんが、典型的な使徒ですよ。少しずつ町に浸透していき、勢力を伸ばしていくタイプです。ブローブ・アルハンゲリほど直接的な脅威ではありません。
I see, so Vlad wasn't the church's target either. Vlad was more like an unexpected visitor. But Arkoid and Ciel both came to this town in pursuit of the same vampire who made its nest here however many years ago.
そうですか。そいつの名前は？
Roa. She stays still for a moment. After she finishes investigating the nth abandoned room, she sighs in defeat and answers me.
ロア、ミハイル・ロア・バルダムよ。人間だった頃は教会の司祭だったと聞いています。
The name of her enemy. Roa. The same name Arkway gave me. It's the vampire that reincarnates at will or something. I still don't really understand what that means exactly. And Ciel isn't giving me any more details. We continue to search the abandoned hospital. After thoroughly investigating the first and second floors, Ciel heads for the third floor. As we make our way up the stairs, she breaks the silence.
例えばの話ですけど。
It's more like she's talking to herself, though.
例えばの話ですけど。ある日、自分が突然ホラー映画の主役になっていて、何の説明もなく悪役だと知らされて、開始1分から散々暴れて、登場人物たちをみんな殺してしまったとします。1時間半、もうノンストップで。殺害人数は4桁を軽くオーバーです。
こ の状況でホラー映画の話とかもどかしっこはなしですよ先輩。
例え話ですから最後まで聞いてください。遠野くんはたまたま気まぐれで映画館によってその映画を見たとします。誰かが主役のそのホラー映画を。見終わってふと横の席を見ると、そこには悪役だった誰かが座っていました。映画のエンドロールから抜け出してきたばかりの血まみれの誰かが。彼は言います。はじめまして誰かさん。映画の世界からやってきたものです。ああ、でも安心して。怖がらないで。私は台本通りに殺人鬼を演じただけ。それがまさか終わった後に映画から追い出されるとは思ってもいなかった。あなたは彼をどう思いますか？
That's a good question. I'd still be inclined to believe that they are just actors in a movie. But with your situation, I don't know.
脚本通りなら仕方がないと歓迎するか、フィクションであろうと悪役は悪役だと糾弾するか、それとも映画の中に戻れと非難するか。
Go back into your movie and do your job.
この場合どれが人間として正しいのでしょう。
I don't have an answer. Hypothetical or not, her story came out of nowhere. It's so chilling that I couldn't even begin to come up with a response.
先輩
Confused about her intentions, I call out to the cold, distant figure. She lets out a short, self-derisive chuckle and turns around.
なんてちょっとした退屈しのぎでした。突然遠野くんに意地悪したくなったのです。
Are you trying to tell me you're the villain, CL?
昨夜そういう内容のホラー映画を借りてしまって、あんまりにも真に迫っていたので遠野くんにもホラーを分けてあげようかなと。
そうですか。突然意地が悪くなったことはどうかと思いますけど、その映画自体は面白そうですね。二重構造でよくできています。タイトルを教えてくれれば俺も借りてみますよ。
ええ、この事件が片付いたらぜひ。
At some point during our conversation, our investigation reached its end. We arrived at the last remaining staircase on the third floor. The ceiling has collapsed here, granting us a clear view of the blue sky outside. This is...
おっと、この部屋で最後ですね。残念。いえ、幸いなことに使徒の痕跡はなし。今回は完全に外れでした。
CL's voice seemed a little more cheerful than it was earlier. Now that our investigation is over, and she has deemed this place safe, she probably no longer needs to be as cautious as before. I think we should go back if we're done. I'd like to go back if we're done. I think we can go back. Why? They're all the same, aren't they? Oh, let me save. I'm gonna laugh my ass off if each of them have like a different type of result. Alright, let's double check this one more time. Alright. I think we should go back if we're done. Think I'd like to go back if we're done. Think we can go back if we're done. I feel like it's either between 1 and 2. Ah.
そっか。なら戻りましょう、先輩。さすがに疲れました。昼間とはいえ、廃病院っていうのも気持ちが悪いし。
おや、あの地下広場でも音を上げなかった遠野くんらしくありませんね。
ですね。あそこまでぶっ飛んでるともう驚きしかないんです。一方、廃病院は立派な都市階段ですから。 短すぎてこっちの方が怖いです。
なるほど。そういうことなら夜についてきてもらえばよかったですね。遠野くんの怖がる顔見るチャンスだったのに。
Don't you dare. See how casually says something unbelievably scary again. I guess she's not done teasing me yet. But at least we're done with this place. Seal agreed to my proposition, so we quickly leave the hospital. I thought the same thing when we first arrived. But the sky is really vast and beautiful here. It's just past 3 p.m. and we get back to Sawyer Station. We've missed all of the afternoon classes. Even if we went back now, school would already be out. Though, I should at least go back to grab my bag. Well, that was embarrassing. My stomach loudly announces its discontent over me skipping lunch.
ふむ。空腹ですか、遠野くん。
恥ずかしながら購買部に行く途中で先輩を見かけたから昼抜きなんです。
ご飯食べていきます？ちょうどこの辺りにいいお店があるんですよ。
え？
I freeze up at the unexpected turn of luck. Going to a restaurant means I get to eat out with CL. Nice! Even if this is a trap, I'll happily fall for it. God, I'd love to, but...
いえ、あまりお腹は減ってませんから。
Kind of BS answer is that? Your stomach just growled. That's a lie. I had a big appetite yesterday and today is no different. But sadly, I don't have the money to go dining out this month. CL even said it's a good place, so it'll probably be eye-poppingly expensive. As heartbreaking as it is, the manly thing to do would be to decline.
まあまあそう言わずに、一食ぐらいでしたらおごっちゃいますから。先輩らしく手伝ってくれた後輩へのお礼をさせてください。
CL managed to see right through me. This is as far as my act goes. There's no way I can refuse when she smiles like that.
すみません。実はお腹が減って倒れそうでした。お願いですから、その素敵なお店に連れて行ってください。
I prostrate myself before CL.
はい、素直な返事で大変結構です。それでは可愛い後輩のため、張り切って一肌脱ぎましょう。
She leads me towards the shopping district with a skip in her step. Is she that happy I asked her to treat me? The area is crowded with a bunch of small eateries. Perhaps it's one of those well-hidden 3-star restaurants. Okay, we're at a curry shop. I'm not surprised. No, let me correct myself. We're at an authentic Indian curry shop. It's bleeding authenticity no matter where you look.
おっと残念。ランチタイムは終わってしまいましたか。スパイシーチキンはつきませんね。
Tail looks genuinely disappointed.
はい、どうぞ遠野くん。
Tail hands me a reward card. It is fully stamped and written in bold lettering in its prize for a full card, amazing free curry meal.
はい。
I see what she's getting at, but I make sure to confirm with her just in case.
カレーセット無料券です。どうぞ好きなセットを頼んでください。私のおすすめはバターチキンカレーです。辛ければいいというものでもありませんし、遠野くんは初心者ですし。
だよね。そういうことだよね。
I nod and give the server my order for the butter chicken curry meal, pretending not to see CL's finger automatically gravitate to a meal marked in the menu as level 10 in spiciness. But to my surprise, she only orders chai.
先輩、飲み物だけでいいんですか？もっとこう、ほら。
We've come all the way to a curry place on her recommendation, so it'd be weird if she didn't get serving of her favorite food.
いえ、私はお昼はちゃんといただきましたので、夕食前だし今食べてしまうと1日4食になっちゃいます。
I'm guessing she only afford one meal, and she's letting Shiki have it. In other words, she's practicing self-restraint and considering what a healthy caloric intake would entail for a girl her age. The butter chicken curry is delicious. Perhaps it's because of the butter, but the curry sauce is the perfect blend of sweet and spicy. The naan is warm and soft, and my taste buds are overwhelmed by flavor with each bite. This place is incredible. Curry Shop Misayan. I don't remember the name. I gotta tell Arihiko about this place. However, as good as it tastes, it's a little nerve-wracking eating in front of CL. She's staring at my food without even blinking. I feel like a yoga trainee sitting on a bed of nails. I can't savor the sauce. I just scooped up in my spoon like this.
先輩、ちょっと食べます？
I lightheartedly turn my spoon towards her to test the waters. I'll happily split some of the curry onto a plate of her own if she'll have some.
はい、ちょっとだけなら。
There it is. No hesitation. Like a happy kid, CL opens her mouth and gives my spoon a little numb. It all happened so fast I didn't have time to react.
いえ、スプーンじゃなくて小皿に分けるという意味だったんですが。
ごめんなさい、つい釣られちゃって。
Yeah, and what a big catch it turned out to be. CL's shoulders tense up in embarrassment. I'm just glad I got to see such an amazingly cute side of her, so there's no need for her to apologize.
失礼しました。小皿に分けるなんて全くの想定外だったので。
先輩の中でどんだけ心が狭いんですか、俺は。はい、どうぞ。ナンも1枚食べてください。
I split the sauce between our plates and go back to eating my portion.
遠慮しないで食べてください。もともと先輩の日々の努力の成果なんですから。間食については考えない方向で。
はあ、そういうことではないのですが。
CL sheepishly takes a spoonful of curry. And then she makes that face. Seeing her smile like she found heaven in a single bite makes me want to order seconds. If I can see her smile like that, I could keep eating curry forever. No, you couldn't. But I get what you're saying. We finished our meal. I wonder if the owner prides himself on taking good care of the regulars. We were treated to some complimentary tea, so we're sticking around to relax a little. We talk idly about school for a while, but then CL straightens up.
いい機会だから聞かせてください。どうして遠野くんはこの事件に関わるんですか？あんな目にあったのに怖くないんですか？それとも使徒を殺せる異能があるから怖くないとか。
She gets straight to the point.
いえ、怖いですよ。銃を持てば戦争は怖くなくなるなんて話は聞いたこともないし、自分にどんな武器があっても怖いものは怖いです。逃げられるものなら逃げてしまいたい。
There's no point even trying to sugarcoat this. As someone who can see death, I think I'm actually more cowardly than most.
本当は逃げたいんですね。でも、ならどうして？
どうしてって、そんなの。
To maintain the peace in this town, to give solace to the souls of the victims, to protect the people close to me. Those words flash across my mind, but they're only secondary. The real reason I can't run away is because I still remember what I saw that night.
そんなの決まってます。先輩が頑張っているからです。
I say what's on my mind in a tone filled with respect and appreciation. That night, trapped within the inescapable extreme code, CL fought all alone. Not for herself, but to protect the lives of people she didn't even know. Unlike me, who was just trying to save his own ass, she gave everything. She threw herself onto the front lines to protect all those behind her. That's right. The reason why I keep thinking of that moment, even when I'm falling asleep, is because it was so noble. I was both captivated by Ciel's actions and struck by the tragic heroism of it to a degree that I couldn't help but tear up. That's why I'll always remember that. Even if I'm nowhere near as strong as she is. Even if she will receive no gratitude from the people she saved, at least I'll remain to remember her sacrifice. That way, at the very least, even if it's just me, someone will be there to thank her.
私が頑張っているからですか？
はい。人知れず戦ってくれている人がいるんだから、こっちだって簡単には逃げ出せません。というか、そもそも
I was saved by that very someone. I probably wouldn't be here if Ciel hadn't offered her hand on that day when I killed Arkwade.
そもそも先輩がブローブを倒してくれなかったらみんな死んでいたんだし、俺がやってることは単に先輩への恩返しみたいなものです。
In the end, the truth is too embarrassing for me to say out loud. Still, I think my feelings of gratitude have reached her.
ああ、でも先輩の足手まといになってるのは変わりませんね。相手はもう死んでいる。相入れない敵だって分かっているのに割り切れない。
The fact they look and act like humans continues to put a damper on my resolve. Vampires or not, I have to overcome my inner conflict.
怖い怖い言ってられませんね。先輩の役に立ちたいんならもっと強い心を持たないと。
いえ、それを直すなんてとんでもない。それは良くない勘違いです。
先輩？
失礼しました。でもそこはぜひそのままで。弱くても私はそんな遠野くんがいいです。いちいち迷ってしまう人だから私も守りたいと思うんです。
Dang. I'm not sure if I'm more embarrassed or happy. But either way, I can't look her in the eye right now. Likewise, Ciel doesn't seem to be able to meet my eye either. She's covering it up by idly tapping her teaspoon. 5 minutes pass just like that. The tea has gone cold. We can't stay like this, so I push myself to find something to talk about.
そうだ先輩。先輩はすごく強いけど格闘技とかやってるんですか？ほら武器もいっぱい持ってたし。
Damn it, what am I saying?
格闘技とは言えませんが基本的なサバイバル技術は教え込まれました。あとは対吸血鬼専門の対処法をいくつか習得したぐらいです。骨剣も結界も秘跡もそれなりに使えると思います。
そうなんだ。俺は見ることしかできないけど先輩はやっぱりいろいろできるんだね。
I laughed to forcibly cover up my foolishness. But, for some reason, it seems the mood has shifted.
見るだけですか？
Oh, okay. I'm not surprised she picked up on it. I was wondering if she would.
私もまだ詳しい説明を聞いてはいませんでした。遠野くんはブローブの腕を切断していましたが、あれはどういったものなんでしょう？
どういったものって。
It'd be easier to demonstrate, but I don't want to take off my glasses and see Ciel covered in those awful lines. But one way or another, I managed to put my abilities and the lines I see into simple terms.
直視の魔眼、死の概念を捉える魔眼なんて。
そんなに珍しいんですかこれ。先輩の方が何倍もすごかったけど。
珍しいとか強いとかそういった次元の話ではありません。これは魔術と魔法の関係に近いです。私の国権や武装は言ってしまえば確かに超常のものではあるが、今の技術でも到達できる物理現象です。戦闘機や空母を個人で保有できる人物とそう大差はありません。一方、あなたの魔眼はどうあっても今の技術では到達できない現象です。死に向かうのではなく死を形にするなんて、それこそ人の手に余ります。厳密に言えば人間はまだ死を知らない、まだ誰も見ていないものをあなたは見ているようなものです。
What a strange way to put that. Surely humans know what death is by now. Death is all around us.
人間は誰だって死にます。みんな生きているうちは経験こそしないけど、死はやってくるんじゃないんですか。
それは生命活動の停止に過ぎません。人間という装置が活動できなくなっただけの結果を私たちは死と呼んでいるだけです。人間が死んでも失われるものは何もありません。ミクロの視点で見れば素粒子は失われていませんし、マクロの視点で見ても個人が死んだところで星に損失はありませんから。でもあなたの目が見ているものは違います。過程を飛ばして物事を終わらせるのなら、それはエネルギー保存則に頼らない究極の意味での死です。ある司祭からの受け売りですが、死とはこの宇宙に未だないもの。あると想定することで多くの事象を説明できるけれど、実在してはいけないものとされています。
I nod solemnly at her explanation. Seal stares at me sternly.
ごめんなさい。全然わかりません。もう少しレベルを下げて教えてください。
つまり空想上のものです。ファンタジーですね。ありきたりのものどころかどこにもないものってことです。まあレアケースなのは確かですが、神話にはそういった魔眼の伝承があるので、過去に何人かのホルダーはいたんでしょうけど。でもその目ならグローブを切断したのもうなずけますね。てっきりあのナイフが特別なものだと勘違いしていました。それでその目は遺伝ですか？遠野くんのお父様もそういった目を持っていたとか。
いえ、違いますよ。親父は普通というか、うちにこんな目を持ったやつはいません。
He didn't even have eyes like this until his accident.
異常なのは俺だけです。子供の頃事故に遭ったって言いましたよね。その後遺症なんです、これ。
後遺症？生まれついてのものではないということですか？
はい。線が見えるようになったのは7年前からですし。
Seal takes a long, hard look at me, then gets up from the table with a deep sigh.
私、勘違いをしていたっぽいです。調べ物ができたので今日はこれで。
She takes the bill, pays at the register, and leaves before I can stop her. Or so I thought. She comes rushing back.
大切なことを言い忘れてました。遠野くん、ちょっと立ってください。
I stand up like she asked me to. Sale carefully looks me up and down.
私はこれで帰りますが、くれぐれも夜は出歩かないように。その目があるからって一人で吸血鬼を探したりしちゃダメですからね。
Yeah, about that. See, there's another friend of mine. She's a vampire, and we're kind of doing this thing. Yeah, I don't have to explain myself because you saw it before. It's probably going to happen again later tonight, so... Yeah. Taken aback, I started without thinking. Don't go out at night. But that would mean breaking my promise to Arcwade.
遠野くん、
あ、いや、わかった。わかりました。一人で吸血鬼探しなんてしない。
That's smart. Smart wording. Smart phrasing.
よかった。約束ですよ。
He said he won't go looking by himself. He never said not with someone else at his side. Satisfied, Sale smiles and makes to leave, this time for real.
あ、待って先輩。今ので一つ気になることを思い出しちゃって。吸血鬼って不死身なんですよね。なら風邪とかもひきませんか？
ありえませんね。呪いならともかく、人間でいう風邪をひくなんてナンセンスです。死者に免疫機能はありませんから。
Then I guess it's different for true apostles, huh?
だよな。なら神祖ってやつも同じ。
Ah, true ancestors. My bad.
神祖に至ってはありえないというより、あってはならないです。彼らの免疫機能を活発化させるウイルスなんて、下手したら人類絶滅クラスです。ところで、なんでそんな話を？
ああ、いや、なんでもないのです。それじゃあ先輩、また明日学校で。
It's because Arcway breaks most of the vampiric rules in the lore. Continuing this discussion would only cause more trouble, so I wave goodbye to CL.
また明日。はい、また明日ですね。それではごきげんよう、遠野くん。
CL leaves so quickly I can all but hear the wind swirling in her wake. Well then. A lot has happened, but for now I have to go back to school. I gotta grab my bag and get back to the mansion before the sun sets. Look at that, made it back on time again. But I'm sneaking off.
あらかじめ言っておくと、俺は嘘は言っていない。
Yeah, I know.
吸血鬼探しはしているが、一人ではないのである。
Exactly. The park is dark and deserted. My flimsy excuse aimed at no one in particular disappears into the night.
何か言ったシキ？
いや別に。アルクエイドには関係のないことだ。気にしないでくれ。
Besides, as far as promises go, I made a promise to Arcwade first. I silently make a sincere apology to CL. My only defense is to argue that these are two separate matters. No, they're not.
よし、吸血鬼探しを始めよう。今夜はどこに行くんだ？
You're still going after vampires.
今夜は特に当たりをつけている場所はないわ。街を歩いて死者を見つけるぐらい。あなたの目なら生きている人間と死んでいる人間、一目で判別がつくから。ちょっときついだろうけど、できる？シキ。
Arcwade is telling me to take my glasses off and walk around town. I get nauseous when I take my glasses off even when there's no one around, so it'll be all the worse in the crowded city center. But all I can say in response to that face is leave it to me.
もちろん。協力するってそういうことだろ。
ええ、頼りにしてるわ、パートナーさん。 あ、でも本当に辛くなったらすぐに休んでね。あなたの目は特別だから大切に扱わないと。
That's a weird. I don't know. It makes it seem like she cares more about my eyes than she does about me. But I know this is Arcade we're talking about. At Arcwade's command, we march towards the bustling downtown area. I feel a strange surge in motivation as I resolve to take off my glasses. First up is the shopping district. We need to find and eliminate as many vampires as we can.